homework from Friday was on complex numbers, so we'll get this started. In this question, I squared equals -1, which we know. Write u, which equals 3i to the 57, yeah, so on, in the form a plus bi. Okay. Now, what's my little pattern? So I to the 1 is just I squared is -1, I cubed is I squared times I, which is -I, and I to the 4 is I squared times I squared, which is -1 times -1, which is 1. And then I to the 5 is going to be I to the 4 times I, which is 1 times I, which is I. So we're back to the start. Right, so the pattern is I -1 minus I 1. I -1 minus I 1, etc. So this is when the power is 1, this is when the power is 2, power 3, power 4, power 5, power 6, power 7, power 8, etc. Okay, so we're doing factors of 4. So how many times is 4 going to 57? 14 times. Okay, so we're trying to figure out I to the 57 here. So I to the 4 sorry, what is 14 times 4? 14 times 4 is 56. So that means I to the 56 is a multiple of 4, which means it's 1. So then I to the 57 is the next in the sequence, which is I. Okay. Right, the next one is I to the 34. So I to the 34. So again, let's figure out where it falls in the 4 times tables. 4 8s. Yeah. So I to the 32 is a multiple of 4, which means it's 1. So then I to the 33 is whatever comes after 1 in the pattern, which is I. So then I to the 34 is whatever comes after I, which is -1. Okay, and then the last one, I to the 23. Okay, so again, do our 4 times tables. Is it 20? Yeah, because 24. Okay, so I to the 20 is a multiple of 4, which means it's 1. I to the 21, that means is I to the 22. What comes after I? -1. So I to the 23, which is the one we want, after -1 is -I. Right, so I to the 57 is I to the 34 is -1, and I to the 23 is -I. So if I put that back in, I get U is 3. I to the 57 is just, I. -2. I to the 34 is -1. And then +4. I to the 23 is -I. So 3i plus 2 minus 4i is 2 minus I. The complex number v is such that, and it gives us this, find v in the form. So find v, we need to isolate v, which means we're going to divide by 4 minus 5i here and divide by 4 minus 5i over there. So v is 1 plus 9i over 4 minus 5i. It's division of a complex number, so we multiply by the conjugate of the bottom, which is 4 plus 5i. And whatever we do on the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 4 plus 5i plus 36i plus 45i squared. And then the bottom line is 16 plus 20i minus 20i minus 25i squareds. My I squareds become minus 1. So that is 4 minus 45 is minus 41 plus 36 plus 5 is 41i. They cancel. And that's going to be 16 plus 25. Is that also 41? Yep. So what's this b? So minus 1 plus I. Okay. Use de Moivre's theorem to express v to the 10 in its simplest form. So we can't use de Moivre's theorem on rectangular form. We have to convert it into, what's it called? Polar form. So v is minus 1 plus I. So we will sketch it. So minus 1 plus I is in this quadrant, left and up. We will create our little triangle. So we drop that down and go across with that. So that's theta, which means the one in our triangle can't be theta. So we're going to call it alpha. And we went one step to the left and one step up. And this is our modulus. So r squared is 1 squared plus 1 squared. R squared is 2, or is root 2. And then the tan of alpha is 1 over 1. So it's inverse tan of 1, which is 45 degrees. That's alpha. To get theta, we do 180 minus 45, which is 135. So v in polar form is root 2 times the cos of 135 plus I sine 135. And then they want us to raise that to the power of 10. So to raise a complex number in polar form to the power of 10, you raise the modulus to the power, and you multiply the arguments by the power. So v to the 10 is the square root of 2 to the power of 10 is 32. And then this is the cos of 1350 plus I sine 1350. So that's 32 times the cos of 1350 is 0 plus I, and the sine of 1350 is minus 1. So we get v is 30, no it isn't, 32 by 0 is 0. 0 minus 32i. That's that one.